Hi, this is just a really quick overview of Nursing 790, and this is a relatively personalized course for you. So the deadlines and such for this course will actually be defined by you and I together in the very beginning of the course itself. So as always, we're opening up in the announcements section, and there will be an overview of the course that you will be watching right now as the first announcement. And then the information on how to reach me is listed under the faculty section. Under Start Here, we have the tentative timeline for the course itself. So this kind of gives you an overview of some of the milestones in the course, and we're actually going to be defining some of the exact due dates as we have our meeting the first week of this course. And we will be meeting either in person if you want to, or we can meet via Zoom as well. So we'll be working on that first thing when the course opens. The syllabus is listed here. And of course, we have the guidelines for the Advanced Nursing Project, and then we also have the rubrics for this course as well. So there's actually two major rubrics. The ECS Pi is a guideline for you as you're developing your project, and you will actually be relating back to the ECS Pi model in your presentation. So there is the rubric for chapter number 1, and then there's the rubric for the presentation. And with the presentation, we will be sitting down together. It's relatively kind of putting everything together, and this will be your committee people. It will be me as your chair, the second person on your committee, and your preceptor. So we will be going through the initial structures of your project and providing feedback and ideas to morph and change things. And just always remember that the project is continually evolving, and don't take the feedback personally. And just remember, like group work in healthcare, the project is stronger because there's more eyes on it and that there's different perspectives. So just take this as our intent. And this is what it is. Our intent is to make sure to empower you to have just a stellar project when you're done. And it does take time, and it takes some rework and some improvement along the way. So just kind of keep that in mind as we move forward. So as we move on to the forums, there's actually 2 forums, and these are not interactive like our previous forums. These are basically allowing you time to just kind of reflect on a couple of questions about your project evolution. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. This is not like you have to post a certain number of times, those types of things. And I do need to mention to you that with this particular course, everyone uses the same course, so all of the different sections, all the chairs use the same template. So you're going to see that it's a little different than what you're accustomed to in some of my courses, and that's very purposeful. So it's consistent across the board for all the students in your cohort. So as we move on to the leadership modules, they're, again, structured very different from what you're accustomed to, and they're based on the learning outcomes, and you'll find those learning outcomes, of course, on the syllabus, but they're broken down into the learning outcomes for this particular course, and there are 6 learning outcomes. So number 1, we're going to start out, we're going to establish the dates for you. We're going to meet the first week, we're going to establish those dates, and then you're going to enter that information. You'll click on this link and you'll enter the dates for the prompts here, and that's what you will comply with throughout this particular course. So we can really customize this and the due dates to you. As we're looking at the different outcomes, there are some different components in each one of the outcomes. So the first component will be involving your practicum. So then as we move on out to the second learning outcome, that's one of the discussion board are the forum questions, and the same holds true with learning outcome number 3. So there isn't content here, and I just want you to know that that's not a mistake. That's the way it is supposed to be. So you will actually do leadership outcome 2 and leadership outcome 3, and the dates are preset for those two because they're milestones, again, reflecting on what you're doing as you're moving forward. So with student outcome learning number 4, you will be diving into that chapter number 1, and I'll be reading your chapter number 1, providing feedback and doing some revisions along the way. And just kind of remember that you have a very strong base to start out with because of Nursing 720. So just know that the guidelines are here, and the chapter 1 information is here as well. And then as we move on to leadership number 5, this is where the information is about your presentation itself. So again, the ECSPI information will be very valuable to you as you're constructing your presentation. So keep that in mind. Just kind of remember that this is really important as we move forward, because the ECSPI is how your project is structured. That's the theoretical or the model behind the structure of the DNP projects. So as we move on, that the final learning outcome number 6 is your team. So you will actually submit that document if you haven't already done so, and you'll also have that document uploaded in your portfolio as well. So as always, the One Stop Library Shop is available to you, and the remainder of the course is relatively similar to what you're accustomed to. So always let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I'll be talking with you throughout this process. And again, it's very customized to you. So please do let me know what your needs are and how I can help you to progress through this particular course. So thank you so much, and I look forward to working with you very soon.